I'm Servant. I'm Pisces. The blood moon's coming out, and Father wanted me to shoot this out there. And this is talking to uh, soothsayers and sorcerers and everybody else that may have an inkling of something that they want to do with the other side, the contacts, the things that everybody think that they're doing. Soothsayer, soothsaying, one claiming or thought to possess the power to foretell the future events, interpreting dreams, and revealing secrets. I need you to understand that there's not very many people out there that can do that. Okay? You want to say that they're getting affirmations and all this stuff. Well, they don't know who they're talking to, or what they're talking to, or how they're talking to it. And as you're listening to it, one day it's good, one day it's bad, next day it's okay, next day. Understand the spin cycle. You're spending time with the Father, okay? And He's giving you these direct things, okay, in your mind, and you're going somewhere else to get confirmation. Understand how that's not working, how that doesn't work. Understand how your life is in turmoil, completely trying to understand that, oh, it's going to be such a wonderful day, I'm going to be rich, I'm going to be this. It doesn't work, okay? Sorcery. One who claimed to have supernatural powers or knowledge. He often uses magic potions and was considered to be in league with evil forces. The practice of sorcery was widespread in ancient times and was regarded an evil practice for Israel. Practices of the occult arts was prevalent in days of Simon and Samaria. Used sorcerer, or Simon and Samaria used sorcery, was covert under Philip, and Paul and Barnabas found a sorcerer in Paphos. Now, that was understanding that was coming down from a different part of the book. I'm sure that it's from the book of Nephilim. I'm sure it was from the Nephilim, because it wasn't plain here on earth. But the point of it is, whenever, say, David interpreted a dream, that's prophetic, okay? Had 140 something sorcerers and soothsayers and everything else to try to interpret a dream from the Father. Understand, you cannot get this anywhere else except from the Father. And everybody tries to go somewhere else to find some kind of confirmation, okay? I've read tarot all the way through for several months, okay? Saying this and saying that and saying this and saying that. There's 3 or 4 different options out there, okay, of what I was, okay, and how I went through things, and how things were made that way, okay? But the point of it being is, what was telling them people that? What was they trying to tell me? Well, they was telling me all kinds of things, okay? Understand this. The understanding of thinking that you're reading something, you're not. Like I said, there's very few out there that actually really are tapped in. And when they tap in, they don't know exactly who they're tapped into. Because you got to understand both sides of the realm. One side will keep telling you whatever it is to keep you in a spin cycle. The other one will tell you the truth. Now, what I tell you about principalities all this time, understand good, evil, evil, good. The principality always pushing against you, keeping you in the spin cycle. To clear your head, you have to walk away from all things that are evil. And what does it say here in the book? All things. So understand that when you're going to readers and when you're going to soothsayers, when you're going to demonologists, religious priestess that want to use biblical knowledge for the wrong purpose, trying to get away with the split on 50-50. That's the same way as with tarot, same way as what demonologists. It's the same thing. They're trying to keep from going to hell but please somebody else for a profit. Understand what I say about mammon. One thing you get away with, two things you won't. Okay? So understand what I'm trying to tell you. You're making money from a different source, okay? In a different way. Now break that down biblically, okay? When you profit from somebody else's misery and you say that it's not misery, it's just reading energy, understand that you're not reading energy. You're reading it's actually a person, place, or thing, okay? Usually in the negative realm, and usually nothing in the positive, because the principality factor, okay? But mammon, on top of that, you're taking money for a certain reason, okay? And what's that reason? Why are you profiting by it? Well, understand. Understand you've seen my story. Was it a story? Or was it something else trying to keep me away from my project or what I was projected to do? So understand that any time that you're soothsaying, or anybody going to a soothsayer, or anybody going to a sorcerer, or anybody that does witchy woo-ha, okay? And anything that goes on in that factor, understand that you paid for that. One way or another, you paid for that. And are you going to get your money's worth? Well, he's going to make sure you get your money's worth. If he can keep you spun up and keep your head in a meat grinder, and from you staying away from the Father, and him pointing up at the Father because he's the great accuser, okay? See, I told you I'd get him. That's his deal. And then what does that lead into? Oh, there's going to be great love. There's going to be great this. There's going to be great. And then you bump into somebody and guess what? You have one of these one night experiences that you shouldn't have had. And Satan gave everybody the great elixir, okay? And the great elixir are the diseases, okay? So understand how all these numbers work together. Everything that works in the same way, okay? The voodoo priestesses, the sorcerers, the warlocks, look, they come after me, but understand this. I'm just bait, okay? That's what I am, and I can't help that. That's what the Father put me here for, and put the word out there to you. So anyways, I'm on here for 10 minutes. Understand what you're doing. All of you. Pay for it or pay for it. Spend time with the Father. An hour. Precepts, statutes, commandments, testimonies. And once you're done with the Father, won't you sneak over into Revelations? Understand what you're doing and understand what you're playing with. Because the thing about it is, what is it like? What is it like to be free from all the principalities? I can tell you, it's pretty cool. But anyways, I'll get up here. Jesus on your lips. You got the Father in you and legions of angels. So understand what I'm saying. Spend time with the Father. I am servant. I'm definitely a Pisces. Y'all have a good one.